Thanks for joining us this evening. I hope you've had a good week so far. Today, I've got a little presentation for you, but it's not going to be boring. But there'll also be the chance for you to actually do stuff as well, right? So while we're going through everything, I'd advise you to join in and kind of follow what I'm doing. So let me just open this up. Cool. So, boom. Excellent. Okay, my name is Michael. I work for a company called Ensoko. That's my own company. It's a social enterprise. And I do consultancy for early stage, idea stage social enterprise. If you don't know what a social enterprise is, then come and find me another day and I'll tell you all about that. There will also be workshops on that towards the end of this year at SPI. So keep your eyes open. About me. Okay, here's my tickets. As you can see, London Luton. 6 years ago, yesterday, arrived in Split, and now I live here in Dalmatia. I've been here for 6 years. Lived in Split originally, then I moved to the amazing Kastel Kambelovac, and now I live behind the mountain in Trolokve. If anyone knows where Trolokve is, then I'll buy you a beer. Just come to the Daltonist one time, find me and say, I know where Trolokve is. Not you, Zone. Zone knows where I live. So I came here bezveze and bezveza. I came here not knowing anything and not knowing anyone, and not knowing that I needed to be a Hadeze member to actually be successful here. Nobody told me that before I arrived, but that's lies. That's all lies. Ignore that. Ignore that. Because actually 6 years later on, I'm very well networked, and there's a number of reasons for that. So the first bit of networking is kind of informal networking, right? So like we're here tonight. Okay, this is kind of part of the university and stuff, but it's pretty informal. Best place to be informal, obviously, is down the pub. Toeto, if anyone remembers Toeto, what were you doing in the pub? You were underage. Toeto was around until a few years ago. It used to be in the center, just down near Marmontova. And it was run by two foreigners in Split. So I used to go there and hang out there a lot because one English guy introduced me. And while I was there, I met these crazy people. You have a guy from the Maldives, you have me, you have a lady from Ukraine, then you have a guy from Zagreb, and you have a Croatian diaspora from Pelješac. So I met these crazy people down there, and we used to go hiking every week in the beginning. And then as it happens with foreigners who live abroad, some of them moved away, some still live in Croatia. And with that guy there, Dino Vucic from Zagreb, I've organized a football team, not a local, it's in Split, but it's full of foreigners. And we play every Tuesday and Friday, and we've been playing for the last 4 years. So just from going to the pub, meeting him, hiking with him, now I have a huge part of my social life, playing football every Tuesday with a good bunch of guys. So that was that, right? But obviously I can't drink Tomislav every day if I don't have a job. And I can't have a coffee every day at Toeto in the morning to recover from Tomislav and Rakia if I don't have a job. So before I arrived in Croatia, I emailed a few people. And one of those organizations was an udruga called Cedra Split. So I emailed them and I said, hey, I'm coming to Croatia. I'm coming to Split. I work in the field of društveno poduzetništvo, social enterprise. Have you got any jobs for me? Do you have any work for me at all? And another guy called Tomislav Mamic, not the Tomislav Mamic, but another Tomislav Mamic, he met me and he told me all about the organization. And then I met the boss, Ranko Milic, and I met a lady called Ivana Antasic, who was about to go on maternity leave. And they said, wow, you came at a really good time. She's going on maternity leave. You can take over from her. So I worked for them for 3 or 4 years. Then I opened my own company, as you know. And actually for the last year and a bit, I've been working for them 1 day a week. So that's that single email that led to a meeting, that led to meeting the boss, that led to getting a job, and still I get work from them to this day. I also met this lady. I hope you all know who this is. This is Lana. She runs SPI. I was invited to talk at a tribuna. I had no idea what that was. And I was up there with Marko Ban and Ivana Bilic from FAX, from Ekonomski FAX. And we were talking about social enterprise, what else? And at the end of the presentation, Lana came up to me and said, hey, I'm Lana, come with me. Sure, obviously, I'll follow you, fine. So we went and sat down while she lit up a cigarette. These were in the old days. Got a coffee and said, this is Mario, you're his mentor. Okay, that was a very short story. There was a longer story to that, but effectively, that was me being inducted into SPI as a mentor, as a volunteer mentor. And here we are, 5.5 years later, and I'm still talking for SPI. I'm the host of some events, Get in the Ring soon. I'm hosting that, the MC. And there's a few other projects that I work on with Lana. So that was that. Again, just working for that organization, being known for social enterprise, being at an event, and boom, Lana came up to me and said, yo, you're a mentor, you're going to volunteer for me. And I don't take no for an answer. Next up, at Cedra Split, we have a co-working. It's a bit quieter now. And being the token English guy, or the token stranac in the URED, they said, okay, you speak English really well, surprisingly. So you are going to manage the co-working space. Is that okay? I said, okay, that makes sense. Sure. And I became the co-working manager. And so as I was a co-working manager, I was like, okay, let's have a look. I learned a lot about digital nomads, remote work. Actually, if you search Google, you'll see me talk about digital nomads back in 2017, believe it or not. And through that, through Freelancers Week, which is actually this week, I met a few great individuals who are arranging meetups, arranging events and stuff like that. Too many to name, but one of those that I did meet is this lady on the far left, Tanya. Now, Tanya also has a co-working space in Split, and we've worked for the last 3 or 4 years putting on events together. This is one of those events, actually, which took place in Kairos Vineyard, just above Trogir. And yeah, we did something called Split Biz. And Split Biz has been very quiet recently. We've kind of, in recent, I guess over the last year, with COVID and stuff, it's been a bit trickier, but also we've had other projects on. Tanya's been dealing with all the work from Digital Nomad Permits, Digital Nomad Association, as well as all of the great events that she puts on through Saltwater Workspace, Saltwater Split. And that was how I kind of got introduced to another world again, through her. And the guy next to me, Nick, again, so I met him through Tanya at an event. And me and him work on many projects now. He does sailing, as you can see by the, what's it called? The logo on his t-shirt. He actually sponsored the Hack the Split prize. So we all went on a sailboat for a day as part of the winning prize for the winners of Hack the Split. And we do a lot of video editing together. I'm currently working on a project to promote the Mediterranean lifestyle. Yeah, an English guy promoting the Mediterranean lifestyle. Who would have thought it? But that was it. Okay, so again, just really informal, going through different people, being in different places, meeting these people, making connections and moving forwards. Another thing was the British Embassy. I was in touch with them when I first arrived because I thought, hey, these guys should support me. I'm British. I was wrong. Some of the guys are good there, but not all of them. Nonetheless, I met with the business person at the time, Mark, and he emailed me once saying, hey, we'd like to connect you with one Croatian lady who's running a social enterprise. Maybe you could do a bit of mentoring with her. And I said, sure. And they connected me with this lady on the right here, Tamara, who lives in Zagreb. So we talked a bit about social enterprise. And then after that, she developed another social enterprise, developed her business. And now we work in partnership. And through her, I've actually got an amazing piece of work working with social enterprises in Kenya, Nepal, and Tanzania. Now, I never would have thought, as an Englishman moving to Split, that I'll be partnering with a lady from Zagreb, working through a Dutch company with social startups from Nepal, Tanzania, and Kenya. Yeah. So 5 years on from that initial flight that I showed you in the beginning, here I am. And that's all through networking. That was all through networking. I didn't know any of these people before him. I didn't even know they existed. And that is the informal networking that you kind of have to do. And because of that, my network now is the social entrepreneurs. I know a lot of the social entrepreneurship sector in Croatia. That was one of my goals, actually moving here. Croatia has an underdeveloped social enterprise scene. So I was like, oh, I'll get involved. But because it's so small, I also wanted to connect with other entrepreneurs. So through that, I've been connected quite a lot with startups, with SPI, and other initiatives going on. The foreigners, obviously, I am a Foresh, so I'm also connected with all of the local foreigners. Currently running a project supporting foreign entrepreneurs in Dalmatia. Anyone that wants to open a business or has just started a business through Sedra Split, the Udruga, through the co-working space and through Tanya and a few other people as well, remote work and digital nomad scene, and also tech scene, because I connected with Tony Trifkovic in the beginning. He has lots of meetups. He's all about networking. He understands how that works and the need for it generally. So I'll talk about one of the things he did a bit later. And obviously here at the university, a touch of academia. So that's kind of my network now. Actually, it's a balance as well. It's both professional and social network. They cross over. Generally speaking, I wouldn't want to hang out professionally with people that I don't get on with socially, and vice versa. Especially moving as an adult to a new location. I don't have school friends here. I don't have university friends here. I don't have family friends here. So everyone comes with kind of that background of being connected because of my passion, my hobby, my job. So that's my network now. So the first thing I want you to think about is, what networks do you want? What circles do you want to move in? And if you're feeling brave, then just put it in the chat. Just write what kind of what networks you want. Type them in there. Zvone, I want to see you type something in. You know, you got to break the ice. And
you already know all my network.
I know, but just put the networks you want to be in there. Maybe there's one I don't know about. The Imotski Farmers Network. So just put it in chat, press enter. No one cares. No one's going to be like, oh, look at what Leia put. Doesn't matter. Just put it in there. It's so I know. Mateo, put something in there. We've got Christina and Anya Shimic. Are you related? Or are there just many Shimiches around? Kreshimir, nice photo.
Sorry, what you said?
Put the whatever kind of networks you want, put it in chat so I can see what kind of networks people are looking for. Možete pisati na hrvatski if it's easier. Mogu razumjeti, ali neću pričat danas. Sorry. So networks could be to do with a sector. So maybe you want to go into marketing or something. Aha, good, excellent. Researching network, business network, good. Okay, to make contact with people from other areas, good. Someone just zoomed by there. Luckily, they were wearing clothes. Anyone else want to share what contacts they're looking for before we move on? Comms, good. Communication network. Same as Kreshmir. Oh, perfect. Then you and Kreshmir should partner up and take over the research and business world. Experts from different areas, cool. Okay. The reason I ask this is when you know which networks you want, it makes life a lot easier. Because then you can start planning. Okay, you can start planning. And that brings us to a next part now. which is kind of direct networking and like on-purpose networking. Before, I told you about a series of events. One thing after another led to me meeting someone else. Interesting, Matteo. Okay, good, Matteo. I like that. I like that because I've got something there. One network I forgot to mention was because it's social enterprise, I'm actually well connected to the udruga scene, so the social sector, but also the environmental sector, so permaculture, green energy, all of that stuff as well. OPGs, and like a bit like Zvonimir, there's overlap there. So we could talk about that. So once you have those networks in mind, now you can focus. Now you can think, who do I need to network with? Who do I want to network with? And how do I grow this network? So first step is to have an idea, an example in mind. As I hope you know, Get in the Ring is next Friday. This was from 2 years ago when Slaven Damjanovic from Agrad won first place and 100,000 kunas. And as you can see, next to him is the former mayor of Split and his advisor, right? So boom, straight away, Slaven knows the mayor of Split, for better or for worse. I don't know if that's been useful, but I also do know that Slaven's very good at networking generally in a number of ways, socially and for business. So we're going to use Get in the Ring as the example. So you're going to get in the ring. Before you go, okay, we found the networking opportunity. Before you go, or before you think of your network, there's a few things to do. So the first bullet point, find the networking opportunity you want to attend. We found it, get in the ring. Doesn't exist, make it happen. Okay, so for example, somebody put, let me go back to that. So Immortel Oil. So maybe there's not an Immortel Oil conference, but there could be some theme along that. So you could look for that kind of meetup or conference, or if that falls within a specific area, you could start something yourself. You could start a meetup around that. And, you know, it will take a while to get traction for more and more people to come. But that's sometimes the best way to network, is to make it happen, to make those groups yourself. Which brings me back to Open Coffee, which Tony started. Like back then, there weren't really that many formal meetups. They're all informal, people going for coffee with each other. And then suddenly, you know, there's some guy running a meetup every month, and now it's gained traction. People know it. People want to go to it. People know what to expect from there. And that's what you've seen over the last 3, 4, 5 years as well. Other people starting new meetups, exactly for that reason, especially in tech, you know, that they have different languages in tech and they want to meet people from the same language, programmers, coders, that kind of stuff. So if it doesn't exist, don't be scared about making it happen yourself. Okay, so we've found something that does exist, get in the ring. And now we can research who is going and make a list of who you want to talk to. So I'm going to jump over now. Oh, that's fine. Jump over to this. Get in the Ring 2021. Now we can't see who the participants are, but we can see who the judges are. And obviously I'm going to get in the ring because I'm looking for money and I have a startup and I want to know what other startups are doing. I want to know how to pitch. It's a great opportunity for me. So I look down here and I'm like, okay, there's this guy here, this lady. I don't really know these people. You got this guy. Oh, business angels. Oh, they give money out, don't they? Okay, there's some seed fund stuff. And as soon as we start looking at that, we can think, okay, do I really want to meet any of these? Now, if the answer is yes, then you have to move on to the next stage, which is to research them a little. Okay, and it's not stalking, it's allowed, it's legal. You're not going to turn up at their houses. You're just going to do a bit of online research, secondary data research. So how are we going to do that? So let's have a look. Okay, so here we go. Andrea Chordash. Okay, so I can learn a bit about her, see what she does. She's worked with investors, founders, and CEOs. CEOs. Have a look through. Okay, cool. She works for Helen's Rock. They've invested in media and entertainment startups. And let's imagine I have a media and entertainment startup. I can click on her LinkedIn. Now, as soon as I click on her LinkedIn, she is going to know that I've been looking at her, but that's fine. I don't care. And as soon as I click on her LinkedIn, come on, internet, don't let me down now. There we go. As soon as I click on her LinkedIn, I can learn a bit more about her. She's in Austria, cool. So now I'm kind of making some mental notes. She's in Austria, from Vienna. Her surname doesn't hit me as being Austrian. So I can scroll through and look. Oh, Bosnia. Aha, Bosnia. Ah, okay, maybe she's from Bosnia. Who knows? She's also been to a few other things. Been in Belgium, and then Croatia's here. I can start guessing a few things about her, and I can do more research, right? I can, for example, I can look at her Instagram. Actually, let's not go to her. Let's just stick with Lana, because I feel bad about searching people. Okay, Lana, so she's from SPI. I can see photos of her. I can see other stuff she's done, Stop. Oh, there's an article about her in Sloboda Dalmatia. So all of this stuff is great. All of this kind of, this information that you're learning about them, you're going to use later to kind of help you get in there. Now, Lana is a friend of mine on Instagram, so I can see her profile. Oh, no, okay. This is a private account, cool. So I can't actually see anything if I don't know her. This is my business account or my personal account, but I can see one photo of her somewhere taking a photo. So, you know, I could think, oh, where is that? And start thinking about those connections that I have with her. Now I've done that, and let's go back to this. I've researched them a little. I looked at Andrea. She's in Vienna. She invests in these kind of companies. She's lived in Bosnia. She lived in Belgium. Now I can prepare a little intro, and I can think, okay, I can connect to her on a personal level. So I can be like, oh, you live in Vienna. I've been there. What did I do in Vienna? Or, oh, actually, where are you from? You know, your surname doesn't sound like it's from Vienna. Maybe I could ask that. She'd say, oh, I'm from Bosnia, I'm from Croatia. And then I could talk about either of those countries. Or I could focus on the professional side of things, right? Oh, you work for this company. I see that they invested in this, this, and this. I wondered if I could ask you a few questions, because I have a startup that works in these sectors. So for every person that you've made a list of, you can research them and prepare a little intro. Easy. You know, that took me, what, 3 minutes to look at? And so much information is available online, especially professional information. And some people don't block their Instagrams or whatever, so you can see their personal life as well. But like I said, it's not stalking, because you're not going to be creepy when you speak to them. Which brings us up to during. So you've gone to get in the ring, and there's always a break, right? At these events, there's normally the opportunity to network before. There's normally a break in the middle, and then at the end, some people stick around, but not everyone sticks around, because some people either like to be in bed at 11, or maybe they don't drink, they don't like smoky bars. I'm just listing all the reasons why I don't sometimes stick around. But so you have to make the most of the breaks, okay? So when you have either that bit before it starts or that bit in between, you've got to kind of hunt down the people you want to hunt down. And when you see them, because you've found, you've seen them on LinkedIn already, you know what they look like, maybe you've seen their Instagram photos, maybe they've been in the newspaper, you know who they are. And you can kind of work your way towards them and say, oh, are you so-and-so? I really wanted to meet you. Now, they will be flattered. If someone comes up to you and says, are you Michael? Oh, I really wanted to talk to you. I feel like, oh, this person's put effort into finding out a bit about me, contacting me. And it's happened a few times recently where I've seen people do this, and it's great. I had someone actually message me on WhatsApp who asked me, hey, I found your number online. I found you in a video, and then I found your company, and then I found your number. I wondered if you could help me. And I said, of course, if this guy went through all that effort to find me, what can I do? And actually he was asking about how can he get a job? And I said about networking. So you've told the person you wanted to meet them, and I put they'll be flattered or freaked out. Now, obviously there's a way of telling somebody that you wanted to meet them. Yeah. You're not like, hey, you're not going to come across creepily. You're going to say, I really wanted to meet you. You're going to be very honest, professional, and formal with them. Then you use your research and your intro. So you've hit them straight away. You've shown you've taken an interest in their work. And you know you have a few other things up your sleeve, a few other things in reserve that you can speak to them about. Now, at this point, maybe you've only got a 5-minute break or a 10-minute break. So what you're likely to do then is to share contact details. That's why you should have some kind of contact. Maybe it would just be taking their number. Maybe it would be giving them your number, taking an email. It's always better, remember, to get their details because you can contact them. If you give them your number, they might unfortunately forget your name because they haven't done the research to find you. Especially like people remember my name mostly because I'm a foreigner here. But when I meet lots of people, and let's be honest, people in Dalmatia seem to have very similar names. You're either, Ante. Actually, with the younger generation, there's more variety. But the older generation, it's Ante or Stipe or something. It's sometimes very hard to remember the name and the surname because the surnames are also new to a lot of people. So make sure you take their number and save that as something you'll remember, but you'll know their name already. Now, we're gonna take a little 1-minute reflection here. So 5 minutes ago, you shared what you wanted to, what network you wanted. So Krešimir said about research and business. Christina said from other areas. Leah said comms. Anya, same as Krešimir, mixing with experts from different areas. Matej said immortal oil. So thinking about those networks now, you got to think, one, how do I find out about those areas? Easy, a Google search. Yeah. When you do that Google search, so actually, why not do this now? How do you say immortal oil in Croatian? Can you type it, please? Because I can't remember immortal. Thank you. Okay, so we're going to go to Google. Oh, not Google Translate. You can see I'm a foreigner. Eto, Google, we're going to type in Ulja Smilja. And okay, so now we're starting to get, some different articles here. And what we can start thinking about is, okay, do we want to network with people that are selling this stuff or that are farming this stuff? So you could start, for example, you could put in there OPG. And here, okay, so this is OPG Simičić Filip. And apparently they have, let's have a look, exactly what you're looking for. Whoa, 324 kuna is crazy. Okay, so you can see a bit about it. OPG Simičić Filip. And then you've got this one as well, Jakopovic. And you get the point, right? You can start looking about us. You can see who they are. You can see where they are. And with this, you can contact them directly, right? Very easy networking. When you reach out to a lot of these people, they'll be happy to help you as well. Believe it or not, people that work in believe it or not, when you work in business, a lot of people are willing to partner, even if you're competitors. For example, restaurants in Split, they work together. Hostels in Split, they work together. Business consultancies in Split work together. One of my biggest competitors in Croatia is one of my biggest partners. I said that earlier. We're sharing a contract together. So have that in mind, right? Don't think people aren't going to help you. Some won't, but there'll be a lot more that do want to help you. Okay, so we've looked at that. We've found some direct contacts, and then we've got. Let's have a look if there's a conference or something. Let's have a look. Immortal Oil Conference. Now this. Okay. There's an essential oils and aroma trays conference. It was in Rome before. Now it's the world of COVID at the moment still. However, that's good. Why? Because everything's online, which means you can attend, even if you're in Croatia. Maybe you don't have the money to fly to one of these places where it is, but here's the 2021 online conference, and we have an agenda. So we go to the agenda, just like I did for getting the ring. And remember, I didn't plan, I never thought somebody was going to say immortel oil, right? That's pretty random. And now we can go and hopefully look at what's going on. Speed networking, session 1. There you go. Break for networking. Okay, when are they actually having talks? Okay, there's the welcome. Hussein Fakhri, right? He's the chairman of iFiat. Now, he could be a great guy because he runs this stuff. So imagine you connect to him on, he's got a speakers page as well. Let's click on him. Oh. Okay, that didn't work. Let's go back. Let's find his name, Hussein Fakhri. And let's go straight to LinkedIn and hope that he's got a LinkedIn account. And I'm going to look at him. Again, I don't care that he can see me. Actually, you have 2 options on LinkedIn, that people can see you or that people don't see you. I don't care if people see me. They can look at me. Hussein Fakhri. Aha, here we go. The chairman of the, this is the guy, I think. Community at iFiat in Egypt. Brilliant, right? Imagine that, connecting Croatia and Egypt, having some kind of network going on, finding out about immortel oil, or asking him, hey, I work in this field in Croatia. I wondered if you knew anyone you could connect me with. And here, so you can see what is posted, you can see what he does. I'm based in London now, not so far away. Or maybe he's between the 2 countries, who knows? You can see a bit about his background again, you know, making those connections. In essential oils, he's been endorsed by people as well. And one thing I forgot to say before, who's adding me now? Who's adding me? Oh, there we go. Well done, Christian Beard. One thing I forgot to say before is that if we go back to Lana, I can straight away look at shared connections, right? So sometimes you'll have a shared connection with these people. Yeah, you're already working in the field. So look at your shared connections and think, who can introduce me to Lana? Yeah. And then, oh, look, there's Tanya. Tanya knows Lana. Hey, Tanya, can you connect me with Lana? I want to talk about university stuff, ekonomski facts. So you can always do that as well. So anyway, back to iFiat, I guess it's called iFiat, the International Federation of Essential Oils and Aroma Trades. So we've looked at him. We can look at other people as well to see who you're interested in. So I'm not exactly sure, Matea, what you're looking for, but again, you'd look through this and you'd see here, concerns of small and large farming for essential oils. Maybe that would be interesting for you. Just clicking through, you'll see a few organizations in there. And ultimately, you're again making that list, thinking about who you want to connect to, and looking at connecting them with them on LinkedIn, or if you decide to go to the conference, when is the conference? If you decide to go, then you're doing this before you go. It's online, but then when you're online, you can connect, you know. 9th to the 10th of November, 2021. Look, just in time, you know, we're just in time. So you can now think about going, wait, how much is it? £4,000? Wait, hang on, it must be cheaper. Exhibitor ticket, delegate ticket. Okay, £275 excluding VAT. That's expensive. Times that by 8 and you have the Kuna amount. However, again, thinking about Croatia, who could be interested in going with you, or who could be interested in paying for a ticket for you to go? Maybe there's a Croatian Federation of Essential Oils. Yeah. Maybe it's key for your university studies. Could the university help pay for this? Maybe there's a professor that also is interested in this. Could they pay for it? Maybe there's a regional development agency who has some money for stuff around essential oils or farming. So again, you're thinking all the time, what network do I need? I know with the, for example, with the university, with SPI and everything they do there, like they're always looking to connect. They're always looking at ways of getting students to go to new places, and as much as possible, support them financially to do that. Either one, asking for a discount. You could email them saying, hey, I'm a student in Croatia. I'd love to come, but 275 quid is too much for me. That's like half a month's salary for me. Is there any way I can get a discount, or is there a promotional code for me, or something like that? Yeah. So don't be, what's the worst thing they can say? No. Then what? Then you haven't lost anything, have you? So that's it. So you do that research. Okay, let's jump back to this. So you've done that research, as I said. We've done the list. We've researched them. We've prepared a little intro, so we found that guy, the Egyptian/London guy, and we made a little intro like, hey, we see what you're doing. Great work. We love it. I'm into essential oils as well. I really like Immortel. Do you know anyone in Croatia or nearby who you could connect me with? That's very direct. If you're in the conference, again, this one's online now, but you can still kind of go up to them, network, message them directly, and even just pop them a quick message saying, hey, I'm new at this conference. I haven't been here before. I wondered if you knew anyone who knew more about Immortel oils. Let me know their names and I can go and speak to them straight away. Or ideally, they put you in a group and you discuss it. There might be different breakout groups for you to discuss. And that's it. And hopefully you've shared information. It's online, so it's easier to, right? You can send in your LinkedIn profile. You can send an email there and then we're now afterwards. Add them on LinkedIn straight away. If you don't know about LinkedIn as well, let me go back to LinkedIn. When you connect with someone, where's my LinkedIn? Here it is. When you connect with someone, what was the name of? Here we go. Let's go back to this guy, Hussein. Okay, when you want to, so if you click message, it says try premium for free, right? But you don't need premium to message. What happens is you click on them, you click more, you click connect, and then here you actually have a chance. He prefers to be followed. Trust it to be that guy who I can't actually send a message. But normally here you can actually click on, when you click more connect, you can normally send a little message in the connect thing. Most people, even though you can't message them directly, when you connect to them, you can also put in a little message. So make sure you do that. Just a little, kind of your little introduction, but it will be linked to, hey, we met each other at so-and-so conference. It would be great to connect here and continue the conversation we had, yeah? And just kind of remind them who you were. If you can't actually connect with them on LinkedIn, then you're going to have to do one of the other things, which will be, for example, sending them an email, because hopefully you would have got that from them as well. And once you've done that, you can check out their network. So as I showed you on LinkedIn, you look at their network, you see who else they're friends with, you see who else their connections are, and think about, is there anyone there that you'd like to be introduced to? And maybe a bit further down in your relationship, you'll ask them, hey, I saw that this person, that could be great because I'm trying to do X, Y, or Z. Do you mind connecting us? Yeah. And again, the worst thing they can say is no, and you haven't lost anything. The best thing they can do is introduce you in person or through an email, and then you start another conversation. Sometimes it will move forward, sometimes it will die. Some relationships, there is no value to be had, but you still try to build something. So my question now, do you need any contacts from me? You've got my email here, so you can email me. You've got my LinkedIn, you've seen it now. You've also got my Instagram, so you can see my professional and my social side of things. If you need any contacts, let me know and I'll see how I can connect you with those people. Normally, if I'm connecting two people together, I warn the other person first. So I say, hey, this person has asked me to connect them with you. Do you mind if I do? And if they say yes, then I connect them. I never just hand out people's information, especially phone numbers, because that phone numbers aren't normally online. As you see, I haven't given mine out here, although you can easily find mine. But email is another thing, right? An email, you can receive an email, not get a response, and they can't call you. They can't send you on WhatsApp and Snapchat or whatever you've got. So yeah, make sure you're aware of that if you're passing other people's details on, just to ask them first. Okay, so that's networking. There's two sides to it. There's the informal side, which is just kind of what happens in life, meeting new people. But you have to be open to that. You have to go to new places. You have to go to new events. You have to come to these training lectures and connect with people and ask people and all of that stuff. You can't stay in your kvart, go to the same cafe every day and expect to increase your network. Yeah, that doesn't happen. And then there's the other way. Yeah, the more kind of planned way, which is thinking about what you're going to go to, thinking about what networks you want to grow, and then deciding who you want to add to that network and what kind of value you can offer them and they can offer you, because that's a partnership, right? Two ways.